Right, all welcome to Studio Band Pilates on August 3rd, Monday class, 12 p.m., 55 minutes. As always, take care of yourself. If you have any injuries or limitations, I will be providing some modifications and variations that may or may not work for you. If they work, great. If they don't, bring in your own favorite modification, do a different movement, or take a break. All are great options. Might need to adjust this a little bit because I am going to be kneeling. We all are going to be kneeling today, but we'll start sitting down. I'm going to face the camera after I take my glasses off. And we'll just do a little bit of hip mobility. So you're just going to bend your knees, your feet will be flat. Your arms are going to be behind you. So you want your legs to be a little bit wider than hip distance. And you're going to bend them in a comfortable position for you now. You might start to pull them in a little bit, but let's not start there. And you can lean back a little bit. Just make sure your shoulders run up to your ears. I'm going to rotate the knees from side to side. It means the thigh bones are going to move from side to side as well. Yeah? Yeah. Your shoulders will also do a little Luigi, little inward, outward rotation as well. And I haven't muted everyone, so let me do that. So continue with that. Continue to go. There we are. I think that's going to solve for that. And then now pause in the center and just walk your feet slightly a little bit more forward. Sorry, inward. We've already been forward. Let's go inward and see where that takes you now. You might find it's a little less resistance, a little easier to do. Maybe it's not easier to do and you find you're going to scoot yourself back. So find what you need to be today. If you can pull those heels in, great. If not, no big deal. Find where you go. I always find that my hips and legs start to walk me forward a little bit. So I always have to adjust either my arms or pull my feet back. So again, I'm going to find where that goes for me. A couple more times here in this more shorter position. And just even that out. I'm gonna go one more time to the left because I started with the right. And now you're gonna go ahead and come up onto your knees. Let's see where I think I'm pretty good here. So I won't need to adjust this too much. From here, we're gonna go ahead, it'll be my right leg. It's gonna go out to the side. Either I'm gonna flex my foot or maybe I'll place the sole of my foot onto the mat. Whatever works best for you. Yeah, it may not feel super stable, so do what works for your foot as long as it's not causing you too much ankle issues. From here, you're just gonna tee the arms over to the side and lean up and over to the right. Maybe your fingertips touch the mat, maybe the entire palm goes down. Come right back up. And now go to the opposite side. I'm gonna tee, I'm gonna reach over, maybe finger tap down or palm, come all the way up. And reach over to the other side. You might find this right leg's gonna go with you a little bit, especially as you place that hand down. And coming right back up. And if it feels better with that leg turned out, totally fine with me. Because really I'm just working the upper body now. Yeah. One more time. Good, now just drop those arms. I'm gonna do this to the side. You can stay right where you're at. Just from right below the rib cage, hover. And come right back up. Again, arms are just dropping. You can drop the upper back and then stack it right back up. So think about the shoulder blades folding forward, and it's really your spine that's doing that. Leg is still out to the side. If it becomes too much, bend that knee and just do the same thing here. You can even do the same thing with both knees under the ground if you feel like this is too much for your hip. Maybe your SI joint, or maybe your back. I'm gonna come back to the camera. One more over, and then come right back up. I just want to make sure I'm totally on the mat. From here, you're going to tee the arms out to the side. Now, instead of hand touching down, you're going to swing the arm forward, torso rolls forward. Left arm goes overhead, coming back to a T. You go to the opposite direction. You're going to go towards that extended leg first. Hollow, open, come back. We go back to the left side. Reaching over away from the left leg. Hollow, sorry, right leg. And open. And coming right back up. Now I'm gonna go towards that right leg. Hollow, spiral, coming right back up. Good, let's go ahead and bring that knee right back down. Left leg goes out, flex the foot, sole the foot down, leg in parallel will turn out. You might find that this side is a little bit different. It's totally fine. Again, you're going to tee the arms out to the side, and then you're going to slide over, hand, fingertips or palm, your choice, coming right back up. And coming over, fingertips or palm, coming right back up. And maybe this top arm can swing over a little bit and come back up, or it still reaches up toward the ceiling, especially if that helps you come right back up. Again, leg can be turned out or parallel. And then we'll go to the other side. Sorry, this is what we should have been doing. Reaching up and over and going to the other side. Yeah, we want to get both involved. So we've got a little extra bonus round on this side. And this side is a little bit more challenging for me, so I don't fold over as easily on this side when I'm going towards the leg. You might find it different. You might find, oh, this is super easy. Coming back, we'll do this one more time towards that left leg, and coming back. So you're gonna keep the left leg out. Maybe if it's too much for the hip, bring it back in, it's totally fine. Drop the arms and hollow over. And coming right up, and hollow over. And up, hollow over. And up, 2 more times, hollow over. And stacking up, 1 more time, hollow over. And stacking up. Now tee the arms to the side. We do a full circle, hand does not touch the ground though. Come down, hollow, swish the other side, coming right back up. We go to the leg side. Over, hollow, over, come back up. 1 more time. Away from the leg, hollow, towards the leg, come back up. We go towards the leg, hollow, away from the leg, come right back up. Go ahead and bend that knee. You can come back down onto your back now. I'm gonna adjust this camera angle a little bit more clearer. More for me than probably you. All right, so from here, make sure my socks don't come off. Thinking about your thigh bones pointing straight at the hip sockets, heels in line with the sits bones, feet are pointing straight ahead, functional parallel position with the feet and the legs, center the tailbone down, back bottom 2 ribs down as well, pelvis parallel to the ground. So you're just trying to establish your neutral spine, neutral pelvis, the best you can find today. From here, you can also see if you can find weight into the feet, pinky toe, big toe, heel, equal weight to those 3 points the best you can. And then weight into the hands, the forearms, whether that be pinky side or thumb side, it's gonna be up to you. Depends on where your shoulders are residing today. Hopefully a little bit open from what we just did. I'm thinking about the center back of the skull being connected to that mat as well. So the chin isn't going up toward the ceiling too much or down towards the chest. So I think about the chin being parallel to my thighs approximately in this particular position. And then see if you just relax your throat, forehead, jaw, and shoulders the best you can. And start to take the inhales to the sides and the backs of the ribs. And then as you exhale, you sink the belly, draw the navel in, lightly engage the abdominals, not moving the spine of the pelvis. Inhaling into the sides and the back. And then exhale, sink the belly, draw the navel in, lightly engage the abdominals. Inhaling into the sides and the back. And exhale, sink the belly, draw the navel in, lightly engage the abdominals. Inhaling again to the sides and the back. And then exhale, sink the belly, draw the navel in, lightly engage the abdominals. You can deep inhale in here, actually gonna float both arms up toward the ceiling. Let's leave the arms up, but palms face forward. So last week we did, and the week before we did some self-cueing here. Just if you did that, just remind yourself that the ribs stay down. Take a deep inhale in here, actually gonna send this right arm back, any amount, keeping the ribs dropping down. Maybe a sigh will help you with that. Inhale the arm right back up. Exhale, left arm reaches back. Inhale right back up. And then exhale, right arm reaches back. Ribs drop, shoulders down. Inhale right back up. And then exhale, left arm reaches back. Inhale right back up. Got that one more time. Side, right arm reaches back. Inhale back up. And then exhale, left arm reaches back. Inhale back up. Now, both arms reach back. Range of motion might change here. It's fine, wherever it is. It's where it needs to be today, yeah? Inhale, the arms are right back up. Exhale, reaching both arms back. Inhale, right back up. And then exhale, reaching both arms back.
Inhale right back up. Exhale, reaching both arms back. Inhale right back up. One more time, please. Exhale, reaching both arms back. And then inhale right back up. You'll pause. Send this right arm back only. Left arm comes forward to the outside of that left thigh. And just switch the arms. So sometimes I have you speed up here, yeah? Today I'm not going to. And I think I did one of the classes last week. We did the same type of experience. We're just moving the arms. And you notice how the weight distribution changes. You're finding a reasonable speed for you. We're not trying to speed up here today. We're just trying to find some smooth movement, working through the shoulder girdle. All the while stabilizing through the center of the body, not allowing the knees or the pelvis to rock back and forth. So finding that stability as the weight changes. Also, maybe finding a little bit more warmth in that shoulder girdle. So maybe the experience of the arms can be maybe bigger, but of course, if that doesn't work, they can be even smaller. It's totally fine. Find both arms up toward the ceiling to pause for a moment. Both arms can come forward and down into the mat by your side. From here, stabilize the pelvis. Deep inhale in here. Exhale, draw the right leg to tabletop. Inhale to hold it. And then exhale, place the foot back down. Inhale in here, exhale, scoot the belly, now left leg floats up. Inhale to hold. And then exhale, place the foot back down. Inhale in here, exhale, scoot the belly, right leg floats up, standing strong. Inhale to hold. And then exhale, place the foot back down. Inhale in here, exhale, scoot the belly, left leg floats up. Inhale to hold. Exhale, place the foot back down. Deep inhale in here, exhale, draw the right leg to tabletop. Leave the leg there. Inhale in here, exhale, left leg floats up to meet the right leg. Squeeze the knees together. Gentle up on the feet, send toes and thigh bones forward. We've been here before. Yeah. Inhale right back in, send toes and thigh bones forward. Inhale back in, exhale, send toes and thigh bones forward. Inhale in, exhale, send toes and thigh bones forward. Inhale in, and one more time, exhale, send toes and thigh bones forward. Inhale back in. I'm gonna adjust my angle. Stay there for a moment. From here, flex your feet strongly. I want you to send your knees to the right. So both legs go to the right. It's not gonna be as big as when you were sitting down. Come back to center. Knees go to the left. Come back to center. It's rotating from the thighs. Knees to the right and center and knees to the left. So it might be super small. It's fine. Probably is super small. Knees to the right. And so just like you're going down a ski slope. And left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center, last one, left, center. Find yourself back to that tabletop position, gentle point the feet, and then extend both legs up toward the ceiling. And then bend the legs right back in. Extend both legs up, and bring them back in. Extend both legs up, and back in. Extend both legs up, back in. One more time, extend both legs up, back in. Pause, where your shoulders, hopefully they're down away from the ears. Right toe reaches down towards the mat, hinging from the thigh. Inhale, right back up. Exhale, left toe taps down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right toe taps. Inhale up, exhale, left toe taps. Inhale up, exhale, right toe taps. Inhale up, exhale, left toe taps. Inhale up, exhale, right toe taps. Inhale up, exhale, left toe taps. Last one. Inhale, right back up. Pause, place the right foot back down first. Follow by the left. If you wanted to hug your knees into your chest, you can give that a go. That's totally fine. Yeah. From here, find your feet flat. Again, thigh bone distance apart. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. Place the palms behind the skull. So you're going to point the elbow slightly toward the ceiling, so nothing too narrow nor too wide. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, you'll nod the head around, spine up to bone curl, looking toward your thighs, knees, belly, hopefully not ceiling. Inhale to hold. Exhale, and you step right back down. Inhale and exhale again. Nod the head around, spine up, abdominal curl. Inhale to hold. Exhale, and you step right back down, rolling through. Inhale in here. Exhale again. Nod the head around, spine up, abdominal curl. Inhale to hold. Exhale, and you step right back down. Inhale and exhale again. Nod the head around, spine up, abdominal curl. Inhale to hold. And then exhale, and you step right back down. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, you'll nod the head around, spine up, abdominal curl. Release the right hand. You're going to side bend to the right. Try to touch the calf of the ankle. Maybe you're just reaching. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the left hand, side bend to the left, touching calf or ankle, or just reach. Inhale back to center. Watch out for the knees shifting.
Exhale, side bend to the right. Don't let your knees shift to the left to do this, yeah? Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. And center, exhale, side bend to the right. And center, exhale, side bend to the left. And center, exhale, side bend to the right. Pause to hold. Breathe. Come back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Pause and hold. And breathe. Back to center. Side bend to the right. You got it. Pause and hold. Knees are stable. Back to center. Side bend to the left. Pause and hold. Come back to center. Roll up 2 more inches. Round yourself all the way down. Okay. Your feet got a little out of alignment there. Just reestablish that, because I know sometimes those feet can slide, especially with those side bends. From here, nothing too big. Functional parallel position with the feet and legs. Deep inhale in here. Exhale to sink the belly, tilt the viewbone into the lower back. From the strength of the abdominals, try not to use the glutes here or the quads or press into the feet. Inhale in here. Exhale, release it back down to neutral. Inhale in here. Exhale again. Sink the belly, tilt the viewbone into the lower back. Inhale to hold. Exhale, release it back down to neutral. Inhale and exhale again. Sink the belly, tilt the viewbone into the lower back. Inhale to hold. Exhale, release it back down to neutral. Inhale and exhale again. Sink the belly, tilt the viewbone into the lower back. Inhale to hold. Exhale, release it back down to neutral. Inhale in here. Exhale again. Sink the belly, tilt the viewbone into the lower back. Pause to hold. Now engage your glutes and start to peel the tailbone away from the mat. Start to float yourself up to that bridge. Baby bridge, fist height from the mat to tailbone. So try not to come up to full bridge. Still have a little crease in the front of the hips. Inhale in here. Exhale, coming right back down, rolling through. Finding neutral. Inhale in here. Exhale again. Sink the belly. Curl the tailbone. Engage your glutes. Floating yourself up. Finding that fist height from the mat to the tailbone is the measurement approximately that we're looking for. Inhale in here. Exhale, coming right back down, rolling through. Inhale in here. Exhale again. Sink the belly. Curl the tailbone. Float yourself up. Finding that bridge. Fist height. Inhale in here. Exhale. Soften sternum. Soft the rib cage. Round yourself right back down, rolling through. Inhale in here. Exhale again. Sink the belly. Curl the tailbone. Floating yourself up. Bridge it up. Pause. Hold. Now, cup of hot tea. You get to spill 1 drop to either side. Nothing too big. Drop that right hip down and bring it up. Left hip dips and up. Right hip dips and up. Left hip dips and up. Right hip dips and up. Left hip dips and up. Right hip dips and up. Left hip dips and up. Pause. Round yourself all the way down. Reestablishing yourself back to that neutral position. Okay? Inhale in here. Exhale again. Sink the belly. Curl the tailbone. Float yourself up. Finding that baby bridge. Fist height. Flex your feet. We did this last week. A little bit of a walk. So you're going to walk the right heel forward. Left heel. Right. Left. Right. Left. Pause. Right hip dips down. Bring it up. Left hip dips down. Bring it up. Right hip dips and up. Left hip dips and up. Pause. Right heel walks back a little bit. Left heel. Right. Left. One more time. Right. Left. Feet go flat. Round yourself down. Finding neutral. Inhale in here. Exhale again. Sink the belly. Engage your glutes. Floating yourself up. Small baby bridge again. Flex your feet. Now start with the left heel walking forward. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Pause. Now dip the left hip down. Bring it up. Right hip dips down. Bring it up. Left. Up. Right. Up. Pause. Left heel walks back. Right heel. Left. Right. Left. Right. Pause. Feet go flat. Round yourself down. Coming back to neutral. Reestablish that. Hug the knees into your chest. Breathe there for a moment. With the knees into the chest, find that lower back imprinted sensation, and then float the legs to tabletop. Interlace your fingers, place the palms behind the skull, point the elbows slightly forward so you can see them in your peripheral vision. So take a deep inhale in here. Back imprinted, exhale, nod the head, round the spine up to your abdominal curl. Inhale, round yourself right back down. And again, exhale, round yourself up, abdominal curl. Inhale, round down. Exhale, round yourself up, abdominal curl. Inhale, round down. Exhale, round yourself up, abdominal curl. Inhale, round down. Exhale, round yourself up, abdominal curl. Inhale, round back down. Exhale, round up, abdominal curl. Inhale to round down. Exhale, round up, abdominal curl. Pause. Shift the knees over to the right. Left hip comes up. Come back to center. Shift the knees to the left. Right hip comes up. Back to center. Knees to the right. And center. Knees to the left. And center. Knees to the right. So you're moving through your pelvis. The abdominals are really engaged. To the left. Come back to center. Round yourself down. Deep inhale in here. Exhale, gonna round yourself up and extend the legs toward the ceiling at the same time. Inhale to round back down, bend the legs back in. Exhale, round yourself up and extend those legs. Inhale to round back down, bend the legs back in. Exhale, round up and extend. Inhale to round back down and bend. Exhale, round up and extend. Inhale to round back down and bend. Exhale, round up and extend. Inhale to round back down and bend. You know what's coming. Exhale, round up and extend. Pause and hold. Legs now drift over to the right. Left hip comes up, come back to center. Legs to the left. Right hip comes up to center. Legs to the right. And center, legs to the left. And center, legs to the right. And center, legs to the left. And center, pause, bend the legs, roll yourself down. Almost there. Round yourself up to abdominal curl, keep your legs to tabletop, back to center. Drift the legs over to the right. Extend the legs to the right. Legs come back to center, and then bend them back in. Legs to the left. Extend the legs to the left. Bring them back to center, bend the legs back in. Legs to the left again. Extend the legs to the left. Bring the legs over all the way to the right. Bend the legs back in. Back to center. Keep the legs bent for a moment. Legs drift to the right. Extend the legs to the right. Let them go all the way to the left. Bend the legs back in. Back to center. Pause in the center here. Extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Reach both arms up towards the feet. Here we go. 8 pulses up and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach for your toes. Hug the knees into your chest. Round yourself down. You can place your feet flat. You can also go for this rotation of the hips and the pelvis. Maybe just take a full collapse. Maybe you're hugging knees in, pedaling your legs, circling independently or circling both at the same time. If you do any circles, just be sure you go in the opposite direction as well, just to keep things even. All right, so hopefully you're nice and warm. Feet will be, for me, onto the mat right now as I walk through this, but this could be a great option. Feet flat, knees bent, leveling up from there, legs to tabletop. If you want to level up from tabletop, you start on tabletop. I'll give a cue to round yourself up to extend your legs at an angle that works for your body. All right, so that option's up to you. If you haven't guessed it, we are moving on to the 100. So I'll start with my feet flat. I'll run through different options. You can follow along, or you can stick with your options that work for you. Remember, you can always peel back or peel up, whatever works. All right, arms out toward the ceiling, palms face forward. Deep inhale in here. The exhale, gonna nod the head around, spin up to your abdominal curl. Press those arms down so they hover above the mat about a 1/4 inch. Here we go, pump and breathe those arms in 2, 3, 4, 5, and X2. And 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 in 2, 3, 4, 5, and X2, 3, 4, 5. Pumping from the back of the armpits. And X2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the inner thighs together. And X2, 3, 4, 5. Long, firm arms. And X2, 3, 4, 5. And in. And X2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, roll up 2 more inches from the abdominals onto the neck, chin, or shoulders. Inhale in here. Exhale all the way out. Scoot the belly in. Round yourself down, smiling, hopefully. Look right, look left. Sway the knees from side to side. Go ahead and slip your hands in the inner thighs, holding onto the inside of the ankles. If you like, let your knees open up to the side. If that doesn't work for you, find another hugged knee position that works. You can also place your feet onto the floor. Draw the knees back into the chest. Hands transition behind the thighs, lower legs out of the equation. So relax and fold it the best you can. Elbows wide, take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, you'll nod the head. Start to send the thigh bones wide and start to roll yourself up to your seated position. You might find a little rock and roll will help you out. Reach your arms forward. So as you reach the arms forward, instead of sinking down, Think about lengthening the spine right away. Exhale, scoop, curl, round yourself down, rolling through. Hands can always go behind the thighs if you need some assistance on the way down. You can walk down one hand at a time. Once you're down, draw those knees back into the chest. Hands behind the thighs. Lower legs relaxed and folded. Deep inhale in here, exhale. Nod the head, set the thigh bones away. So to roll yourself up, you might rock and roll. Feel really flat, sitting up nice and tall, reach the arms forward. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale in here. Exhale, scoop, curl, round yourself down and rolling through. Smooth. Try to keep those feet heavy as you roll down. The best you can. You may not want to cooperate. I hear you. Try to knees into the chest, hands behind the thighs. Lower legs relaxed and folded. Deep inhale in here. Exhale. Nod the head, set the thigh bones away. So to roll yourself up. Sitting up nice and tall. Reach your arms forward. Inhale in here. Exhale, scoop, curl. Round yourself down, rolling through. Scoop, scoop, scoop. All the way down. So you can keep with the hands behind the thighs. You might be like, this is enough for Monday, Blaine. I'll stick with that. Otherwise, transition your hands to the front of the shins for a little level up. It's a little bit tighter, so it might take you a little bit longer to come up. That's okay. Deep inhale in here, exhale. Nod the head, so the thigh bones away. Start to roll yourself up. Try to keep those elbows bent. It's really tempting to lock into those elbows. It just means you lose a little bit of the roundness. There's a counteraction that happens when you have the elbows bent. You reach the arms forward, so you have those elbows bent so you can send the thigh bones away at the same time, pulling with the biceps, yeah? Inhale in your exhale, scoop, curl, round yourself down, rolling through. That's that oppositional force that creates, hopefully, encourages that roundness so you can roll yourself sitting. So with the hands on top of the shins or behind the thighs, the technique is the same. So you send the thigh bone slightly away and at the same time pull the biceps, nod the head around the spine up. And it's easy if you just lock into that. You have no more roundedness that you can experience because you've already locked into something, yeah? You have a little bit of a bend there that will help, hopefully. You reach your arms forward. Inhale in here, exhale, scoop, curl, round yourself down, rolling through. Yeah? And hands behind the thighs. You can use your biceps there, and you might even find that it encourages you to be a little bit more round. Also slows you down a little bit, yeah? Draw the knees back into the chest, hands on top of the shins or behind the thighs, your choice. So last one to come up, take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, nod the head around the spine. Send those thigh bones away. Bend in those elbows. Stay up nice and tall, reaching the arms forward. Keeping your feet flat. You're gonna inhale here. Exhale, you're gonna scoop the belly, curl the tailbone, and roll yourself back just about halfway. High abdominal curl, and you'll pause. Right hand goes to left shoulder. Left hand to right shoulder. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches forward. Sorry, I just did the opposite. So left hand goes to the right shoulder. Right hand to left shoulder. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches forward. There's only one way you can uncross usually. Now take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, roll back 1 inch. Pow. Inhale in here. Exhale, roll back another inch. Pow. It changes. Right arm floats up toward the ceiling. And back down. Left arm floats up toward the ceiling. Back down. Pause. Left arm floats up again. And back down. Right arm floats up again. Back down. You can stay here or roll back 1 inch. All right, but let's do both hands in, both arms out. Recross the other side. Both hands in, both arms out. Pause. Both arms up, both arms down. Both arms up, and aim out, both arms down. Both hands in, both arms up, forward and down. Arms float up, both arms in, both arms forward. In, up, down. Up, in, out. Pause, around yourself 1 inch. Inhale in here, exhale, around yourself back 1 inch. Inhale in here, exhale, around yourself back 1 inch. Inhale in here, exhale, around yourself back 1 inch. Inhale in here, exhale, around yourself back 1 inch. Ah, shaking. Inhale in here, exhale, around yourself all the way down. You can lengthen out those legs, arms will reach long behind you, stretch the limbs. Yeah, breathing. All right. Drop the knees back into the chest. Hands again on top of legs, right below the knees. Changing gears here. So keep the back imprinted the best you can. Deep inhale in here, exhale, you'll nod the head, round spine up to your abdominal curl. Keep the back imprinted. Right knee stays where it is. Left leg stretches out long. Right hand to the outside of the right ankle. Left hand on top of that right leg, pull in strongly. Elbows are wide. Inhale in here, you're gonna switch sides. Inhale and switching sides. Exhale and exhale. Inhale, inhale and exhale. Exhale and inhale. Inhale and exhale. Exhale and inhale. Inhale and exhale. Exhale and inhale. Inhale and exhale. Exhale, pull in both legs. Round yourself down. Take a little break. Hug the knees in. Butterfly. Lots of options. Yeah, to do. Keep the hands on top of legs right below the knees. Deep inhale in here. Exhale, nod the head around the spine up to your bottom curl. So I'm going to send arms and legs away from each other. It's tempting when the arms go back to roll down. So I want you to keep up the best you can. So it might mean your arms don't go back as far as you like. Inhale, arms and legs away, wherever that is for your arms. Exhale, out, down, around. Hug those knees into your chest. Try not to lose your bottom curl. Inhale, arms and legs away. Exhale, down, around. Hug those knees in. Inhale, arms and legs away. Exhale, down, around. Hug the knees in. Try not to go to a diving pose, so don't cross your hands. Inhale, arms and legs away. Exhale, down, around. Hug those knees in 2 more times. Inhale, arms and legs away. Exhale, down, around. Hug. Inhale, arms and legs away. Exhale, down, around. Hug. And then you step down. Look right, look left. And what I mean by diving arms, not crossing one hand when you go back, or bringing the fists together or hands together, right? So the arms remain in parallel. One of the reasons why we do those arms, right? Keep the hands on top of legs, right below the knees. Deep inhale in here, exhale, nod the head around the spine up to that abdominal curl again. This time you're gonna interlace your fingers, place the palms behind the skull. Again, keep the right knee to the chest. Left leg stretches out long to the left armpit, draw towards the right knee. So you're gonna spiral the torso, inhale in here, switching sides, armpit towards knee, inhale, and switching sides. Exhale, and exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, in, and X, and in, and X, and in, and X, switch sides and hold for the inhale, hold for the exhale, hold for the inhale, hold for the exhale, switch sides, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, switch, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, switch, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hug those knees into your chest. Roll yourself down. All right. Let's go ahead and place the feet down onto the mat. So we are going to do a few roll-ups with straight legs. If that doesn't work for you, hands behind the thighs, roll yourself up. You can always roll to your side, come up. It's easier to roll back down than this to roll up for most. So you might just experience the rolling back if this is challenging for you. So reach the legs nice and long. Zip the inner thighs together and flex the feet. Reach the arms up toward the ceiling, and then reach the arms back without letting the ribs float towards the ceiling. Bring the arms up towards the ceiling so you nod your head. And you're gonna round your spine, and you're gonna roll all the way up. So as you roll up, you're hollowing up and over your legs. You're not coming up to an upright seated position. So keep that hollowed positioning. Inhale in here, exhale, scoop, curl around yourself down, rolling through, all the way down. You need to bend your knees, totally fine. Reach your arms back. Bring the arms forward. Nod the head around the spine. Round yourself up, hollow up and over. And then start to round yourself back down. We've only got 2 more of these, so hang in there. Do a different movement if this doesn't work for you. Reach your arms back. Bring the arms forward, nod the head, round the spine, round yourself up. So last one here, to roll down. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Roll the way down. Good. And then for a moment, just hug those knees into your chest if it got into your lower back a little bit. Now let's go ahead and bring your legs more to a parallel position, not sandwiched together, not super wide, but a little bit separated. And without letting your pelvis move, allow your right knee to open up. So it's a half a butterfly. Bring the leg back, left knee opens up, and bring it back. right knee opens up. So you're gonna go into the outside of that right foot, come back to center, and left knee opens up, going to the outside of that left foot. Come back to center. Both legs open up. Your feet may touch, they might not, no big deal. Come back. Just doing little butterflies, open and back, and open, and back, and open, and back. Next one, you open and you stay there if that works for you. Might not. If this doesn't work for you, it feels too much for your SI joint, tailbone area, center of the pelvis. Draw your knees together and just come into a rest position. We're gonna all be there in a second, but you might just start there sooner rather than later. All of us can come back with their feet flat. And now you are gonna widen the stance of your feet a little bit and allow just the knees to fall inward. So if the knees were the feet were too narrow, the knees wouldn't really fall in. So I want you to open up wherever that is for you. So you can allow your knees to come in. And if your knees don't touch, that probably means your feet are too wide. So you might need to come in. So the knees can actually come in, connect and support this shape rather than struggling through this shape. Good, and then you'll come back to that functional parallel position with the feet and legs. We'll go into full bridges now. So make sure that the feet aren't too far away. We're in functional parallel. So the heel, back part of the heel falls right in line with the front bottom crease underneath the knee. Take a deep inhale in here. Exhale, you'll sink the belly, tilt the pubic bone into the lower back. And again, this is for you. You're either gonna roll up, articulate up to a full bridge or flat back up. So I'll leave that up to you. Float yourself up to your bridge. Basically, we're trying to find knees, hips, and shoulders in one long diagonal line. So we are opening up those hips here. So you will open up the front of the quads from the thighs. Inhale in here, exhale, coming back down flat or articulated down. I usually do articulated, it works better for my body, yeah. Inhale in here, exhale again, sink the belly, curl the tailbone, float yourself up. Find the variation of the bridge that works for you, right? Hips are level and even the best you can. Inhale in here, exhale coming right back down, rolling through. Flat back down. Good. For these next couple ones, see if you start to shift from side to side and can you come up through the center, whether it be articulated or flat back. Inhale in here, exhale, float yourself up. And usually that means either one leg is taking over, you kind of drift to that leg. Maybe one side of the abdominals are kicking in more, or maybe there's a curve in the back. That's fine. Yeah, you just want to notice it. And remember, we're trying to balance in our shoulder blades and not the neck. So the collarbone is open and broad. Exhale, coming back down flat or articulated. We've got this one more time like this, and just notice if you do shift. Inhale in here, exhale, and float yourself up. And if you can modify it so you don't shift as much, which means you're trying to press equally into those feet, maybe roll it to the center or flat back up to the center, rather than drifting to one side or the other, doing the best you can. It's a goal, may not always happen. So that was our last one. So we stick with this one, keep the hips level and even. Exhale, right leg floats up to tabletop. Inhale that foot back down. Exhale, left leg floats up. Inhale back to tabletop, or inhale the foot back down. Exhale, right leg to tabletop. Inhale that foot back down. Exhale, left leg to tabletop. Inhale back down. Exhale, right leg to tabletop. Inhale down. Exhale, left leg to tabletop. Inhale down. Exhale, right leg up. And down. Exhale, left leg up. And down. Pause. Float those hips up a little bit higher if you can. So you're going to open up those hips again. Inhale in here. Exhale, coming right back down. Rolling through. Finding neutral. So I'm going to give a little preamble to this. Nothing new that we're doing. It's just we're doing a little choreography. So if you get lost, just keep moving. It's not that complicated, I don't think, but you know, that's my mind. I just use my arm here for a moment so you get a little sense of what we're doing. The leg will be long and you're gonna make a circle. Pelvis will remain stable, we are in a bridge. Once that circle's complete, which you'll follow my cue, you'll flex your foot down, point the foot up. Nothing unusual, we've done both of these. And then you're gonna reverse the circle. If you can remember which side you went to, flex the foot down, point the foot up, and we'll do a series on that one side, and then we'll switch. Okay, so I just want to give you a little warning what might be happening. Inhale in here, exhale again, skew the belly, curl the tailbone, either articulate up or flat back up, your choice. Right leg close to tabletop and extend the right leg up. We make a circle any direction for you, small circle, nothing too big, hips are stable. Pause, find the center, flex the foot down, point the foot up, reverse the circle, go in the opposite direction. Pause, flex the foot down, point the foot up, recircle again.
flex and up, reverse, circle, flex and up. One more set, circle one way, flex down and up, circle the other way, flex down and up, pause, leg comes back to tabletop, foot goes back down, foot the hips up higher. Left leg flips to tabletop, circle any direction, small, pause, flex the foot down, point the foot up, reverse the circle, going the other way, pause, flex the foot down, point the foot up, original circle, pause, flex and point up, reverse, flex and point up, circle, flex and point up, reverse, flex, point up, last one, circle, flex and up and point, reverse, flex and point, pause, leg comes back to tabletop, foot goes back down, floats the hips up higher, round yourself all the way down, rolling through, flat back down. Again, that's your choice. You can lengthen out those legs. Internal, external rotation might feel good. Maybe releasing the arms back behind you. Maybe you are hugging those knees in. Maybe you're going back to butterfly, which feels slightly different. It really worked those inner thighs for me. Or maybe you're going to an internal constructive rest with the legs. So find what works. I think I'm gonna go back to butterfly and see if I can open up those inner thighs a little bit more. So your choice. Okay, so we take one transition here. So lengthen out the legs, flex the feet. We've been here before. You can always hug those knees into your chest, no big deal. That's your choice. Reach the arms up, and if you're hugging your knees in, you're just gonna roll yourself up. Reach the arms back. Bring the arms forward. Nod the head, around the spine, and then round yourself all the way up. Hollow up and over, and then stacking up nice and tall. All right, I'm adjusting my angle. You can stay right where you're at. Legs will be long. Now, this one leg is always gonna be long before we switch sides. So if that knee needs to be slightly bent, it's totally fine. But we're gonna start with the right leg, and that right leg's gonna bend. We've done this a while back, but it's always nice to re-explore it. Right hand goes underneath that leg, and then either you're gonna do a clasp of the wrist, or maybe you're gonna do a little choir, or maybe you just need to hold on with both hands there. That's where we start. At some point, we're gonna go to this position, or maybe even a little bit wider. So I usually start with my locked wrist with the fingers wrapped around. I'm gonna sit up tall, but I might lean back a little bit. I am gonna lean back. From here, I'm gonna try to keep this leg where it is. I might need to release the bind a little bit to get the leg long, but I'm gonna stretch the leg up towards the ceiling, wherever that is for me, and then bend the leg right back in. Pull it in, and then extend the leg out. So that left foot is flexed, heel is connected to the mat, and that left knee can be slightly bent if you need to. And extend the leg, and bend it, and extend, and bend. Now I'm gonna extend that leg, hold it there, still hold onto your grip the best you can. Flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. Pause now. Walk back the calf, all the way to the ankle. Bend the elbows any amount for you. Keep that positioning. Just checking, make sure I'm not gonna knock into anything. And you're gonna start to roll yourself down. And then as you start to roll down, start to walk down the back of the calf, avoid the knee, back to the back of the thigh, and roll all the way down. So you can interlace here, or one hand over the other. Your little hamstring stretch here. Here we go. You're gonna nod the head first around the spine and start to walk up the back of the leg, all the way up to the calf, all the way up to the ankle. Exercise is called climb a tree. I wonder why. Pull that leg in. Start to round yourself down so the leg's gonna travel with you. Hand behind the calf, walking down, avoiding the back of the knee, all the way down, interlace your knot. A little extra hamstring stretch here. Hold there, nod the head around the spine. Start to roll yourself up, all the way up to the ankle. We got this one more time. Pull in, so we're working on that flexibility. So to round yourself down, leg travels with you, hands go behind the calf, avoid the back knee, all the way to the thigh, all the way down. Deep breath in here. Exhale, nod the head, around the spine, walking up. Leg's gonna drop a little bit, that's fine. Pull that leg in one more time. Right arm goes underneath that right knee. Release that. Sit up nice and tall, and lengthen out the leg. All right, we got another side to do. Remember, we're just doing 3. Rolls down and roll up. Do a little stretch first. Flex that right foot, bend the left knee. Left arm goes underneath, holding onto the wrist. You might need to do a choir. Might need to do one hand over the other. One side always feels slightly different, so work where you can. Lean back a little bit so that leg comes up. I'm not trying to round back yet.
trying to keep my spine extended the best I can. Then I'm gonna extend that leg up and bend it back in. So I'm not trying to sink down into this. As I extend the leg, I'm trying to keep a length in my spine the best I can. Yeah, it's a goal. Yeah. One more time to lengthen the leg. Flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. Pause, walk up the calf to the ankle. Pull in any amount, it doesn't have to be huge, right? And then start to roll down, the leg's gonna travel with you, and then start to walk the hand down the back of the calf to the thigh. Maybe you'll interlace, maybe you won't. Try to keep that leg in line with the hip socket. Nod the head, start to walk up the back of the thigh to the calf, all the way up to the ankle. Again, you're gonna pull in and start to roll back, walking down the back of the calf to the thigh, all the way down. Nod the head around the spine, walking up the back of the thigh to the calf, all the way up to the ankle. Again, you're gonna pull in, this is your last one, thank God, right? Walking down to the calf, back of the thigh, all the way down. Oh my God. And then nod the head around the spine. Round yourself up, back of the thigh, to the calf, all the way to the ankle. Again, you're gonna pull in, left arm goes underneath that that left knee. Just relax it, lengthen the leg, reach the arms up, flex the feet, flat back over first, then round yourself down, finding the soles of the feet, go with toe lock, ankles, shins, thighs, whatever you can find. Then you release, and then sitting up nice and tall. All right, so we're gonna come to a side position. These will be fairly stacked. They don't have to be super, super stacked because we'll move them a little bit. And this right elbow is gonna go down onto the mat. Usually I like to make a fist here. And so notice that I'm pressing into my elbow. I don't want that. I wanna press down into the mat with my forearm. What happens here sometimes, we get a little weak and the forearm comes up. So the more that you can keep that forearm down, the better off you'll be. And then we're gonna lift this bottom hip up with the legs bent. So that might mean that hip doesn't come up as high, especially if you're going to your elbow. So just be mindful of that. So we're gonna make sure the elbow's underneath the shoulder approximately. If we need to adjust, you can. Top hand can always go into the floor to start off with to see where you're at. You can stay there, yeah? Let's just go ahead, keep that hand there, flip the hips up. So the hands might come to spider, fingers, and then come back down. You might like, oh, no big deal, Blaine. Let's try that again. Hand onto the floor, foot up, and back down. Now on the hand on the floor, because the hand is slightly forward, temptation is to roll forward. You do the best you can to try to keep the squareness of the torso and the pelvis. And again, we're moving on. Arm comes up if possible. Top leg comes out. Hand goes back behind the skull. Hand goes back to the hip. Leg bends in, come back down. You might just stick with that. That might be enough for you. Otherwise, we move on. Yeah, all right, so here we go. Hip up, leg up, hand. Bend the knee to the elbow, so side bend and reach. Side bend and reach. That top leg is now free. It doesn't go down the ground unless it needs to. Bend in and reach. Bend and reach. Two more. Bend and reach. Last one. Hold it and reach. Leg comes down, bend the leg, arm comes down with the hip. Oh my God. Swing the legs up, do a little shimmy. We'll switch to the other side. Again, we're gonna start with the knees bent, stack the best they can. Forearm's gonna come down the mat. And remember, I make a fist here. That really gets to the forearm. Actually, it also means that you can punch into the fist if you're the type of person who wants to go to the elbow. Usually feel like a flat hand or palm up. Elbow pressing is a little bit more likely, but maybe if that works for you, totally fine. Remember, top hand here to first. Remember that also helps lean the torso forward, so just be mindful of that. Don't worry if it does. It's just, you wanna take note. You can also go to spider fingers. Here we go, exhale, lift the hip up and down. Lift the hip up and down. Now, you can stick with that, or hand can go here, or maybe even behind the skull. Lift the hip up and down. Lift the hip up and down. Here we go, lift the hip up, hand behind the skull, reach the leg, bring the knee back in, arm comes back down, hip comes back down. Here we go. Lift it up, hand behind the skull, leg comes out, foot onto the ground, leg comes back in, arm comes back down. You can stick with that. Otherwise, We build on top of that. Here we go. Lift up, hand, leg. Now leg is gonna fly and stay levitated. Crunch in and reach. Knee and elbow. Knee and elbow. Knee and elbow. Knee and elbow. Through the belly. Knee and elbow. Knee and elbow. Knee and reach. Bend. Arm. Hip. Thank God. Lengthen, shimmy, shake it out. Okay, all right. So we'll do, again, nothing too unusual here. We'll go to an extension, goalpost arms, and then we'll do some additional things from there, okay? So just lying down on your belly, goalpost arms. Remember, forehead can be onto the mat as long as it feels okay for you and your neck. And always float your head in line with the spine. For this particular exercise, preferred way for me is to turn the legs out. Your choice, legs closed or legs slightly open, whatever works best for your body. All right, before we even start, tone the glutes, press your pubic bone into the mat, lift the belly up any amount. So you're just trying to engage the abdominals so the belly has some tone to it. Deep inhale in here, exhale, shoulders down, flip the head and upper spine up so it's more upper back extension rather than lower. Inhale here, exhale coming right back down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale in here, exhale again, float the head and upper spine up. Inhale in here, exhale coming right back down. Inhale in here, exhale again, float the head and upper spine up. Pause. Now press into the hands. Float your torso up with long arms the best you can. Your elbows might be slightly bent. It's up to you. Coming right back down wherever your body goes today. We'll do that one more time. Inhale in here, exhale again, float the head and upper spine up. Start to press into the hands, lengthening arms out any amount. Watch out for dropping your head, shoulders widen down the back. Yeah, inhale in here, exhale coming right back down. You might find that that was just enough. Maybe you need a little less extension in the lower back. You can walk your hands forward. Maybe a little bit more opening the chest, walk your hands outward. You can do a combination of both. But if you want to come up a little higher, just pull those elbows back a little bit. That also means you're going to open up your arms a little bit if you need to. Deep inhale in here, exhale, float the head and upper spine up. And press into those hands. Allow the torso to rise. Shoulders widen down the back. Inhale in here, exhale coming right back down. Rolling down. Adjust your arms as needed. Maybe they need to come forward. Maybe it was too much. Inhale in here, exhale again. Put the head and upper spine up. Press down on those arms. Scoot the belly, shoulders widen down the back. Try not to drop the head. Inhale in here, exhale coming right back down. Rolling through. One more time. Inhale in here, keep those glutes toned. Let the head and upper spine up. Press down to those arms. Fine. Hold here for a breath or two. Shoulders widen down the back. Inhale in here, exhale coming right back down. All the way down. Now you're gonna place one hand underneath the forehead, cross the other hand on top of it. Forehead and cross hands like a pillow, just rock your pelvis back and forth. So if you're with me last week, we did something similar. So it'll be similar, but it'll be slightly different. If you haven't done it, don't worry. We're all basically starting very similarly. So it's nothing too unusual though. I want the legs to come back together, the closest that you can find for your body, and legs in parallel, so they're no longer turned out. So we're gonna really work the center of the hamstring, center of the glute, and working through the stretch of the front of the quad. From here, you're gonna bend your right knee, then flex that right foot. So that heel of the right heel is pointing hopefully as much up toward the ceiling as possible without turning the leg out. So I'm not trying to kick my butt, nor am I trying to send my heel towards the wall behind me. Really heel up toward the ceiling the best you can. So let's just start off very simply by sending that heel up toward the ceiling so the thigh comes off any amount and come back down. We'll do that again. Heel up and back down. So the thigh will rise, but glutes and hamstring kicking in more than lower back. Heel up and down one more time. Heel up and down. Next one, we hold up. Heel up. Now instead of pulsing, which we did last week, lengthen the leg, you can point the foot, flex the foot back to heel towards the ceiling. Lengthen the leg, thigh still up, bend the leg back in. Lengthen and bend. Lengthen still in parallel and bend. Lengthen and bend. Pause, thigh comes down, lower leg relaxes, rock your pelvis back and forth. Okay. We have another side to do. Make sure that legs are still in parallel. It's tempting to turn those legs out, but still pressing your feet up onto the mat.
You'll bend your left knee, flex your left ankle. So the heel is pointing up toward the ceiling, again, not towards the booty or towards the wall behind you. Same thing, it should be more glute and back of leg rather than lower back. Heel floats up and back down. Now the lower back's gonna kick in, but it shouldn't be the main focus. Heel and back down. So that thigh floats off the mat in your mouth. Heel and back down. Heel and back down, shoulders down. Heel, leave it up, lengthen the leg, and bend, and lengthen. So when I lengthen, I point, and when I bend, I flex my foot. And reach, and bend, reach, and bend, reach, and bend. Pause, thigh comes down, lower leg comes down, rock the pelvis back and forth. From here, you'll press yourself into a child's pose, toes together, knees apart. Deep inhale in here, exhale, just float yourself forward to an all fours position. Yeah, and very simply, because we already did a side plank, we're gonna come to the forearms again. So right forearm down, left forearm down. Again, make those fists, make sure those forearms are in parallel. Curl those toes in, so you're stamping those toes down. And you're just gonna scoop the belly, elevate the knees off the mat, 1/4 inch, right leg out, left leg out, drop the pelvis in line with the torso, hold here. So simple and quick, we'll just rock back and forth for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, right leg crosses over left, pause and hold. Rock back and forth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Uncross the right leg, left leg crosses over right, hold, pause, rock back and forth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, left leg uncrosses, hold here for an additional 5, 4, strong position, 3, 2, 1. Keep holding. We're gonna end strongly, breathe, knees come back down, child's pose, toes together, knees apart. Breathe. Deep inhale in here, exhale, walk the hands over to the right, stretching out the left side of the waist, left side of the ribs. Left booty reaches down towards the left heel. Deep inhale in here, exhale, walk the hands back to center. Inhale, exhale, walk the hands over to the left, stretching outside the right side of the ribs, right side of the waist. Right booty reaches down towards right heel. Inhale in here, exhale back to the center. Remember, you can always come to cat pose if that works better for you. Find a few breaths here. Deep inhale in here. Exhale, start to walk the hands back and roll up through the spine. Finding an upright position that works for you, either sitting on your heels or standing on your knees. Find the spine elongated, shoulders float down the back. Chin is parallel to the ground. Inhaling to the sides and the backs of the ribs. As you exhale, you'll sink the belly, draw the navel up and in. Elongate the spine, shoot the crown of the head through the ceiling. Make sure your shoulders don't rise with the elongation of the spine. And you are done. So I'll come back. If you're still with me, great. You need to take off for work, totally get it. Remember, you have to unmute yourself, but I'm here for any questions if you have them. Yeah.
Blaine, that was great.
Thanks.
Excellent, Jean. You're welcome. Nice seeing you, Elizabeth.
You're such a
lifesaver. Yay!
Great beard look too.
I know, my beard has just gotten
amazing.
It's crazy. I'm just gonna let it go for, I'm gonna keep it somewhat, hopefully coiffed, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, when I took my mask off that one day, I was like, oh my God, my beard has a whole other like life to it. I've never had it do stuff like that. And I was like, wow.
My hair is getting so long too. I haven't cut it. I don't think it's ever long. I'm just going to let it go. Just see what happens.
Right. And I think a lot of people are just doing that. It's like, well, let's see where it goes until I really actually have to style it.
Yeah. I'm going for that realness.
Totally. Every now and again, I'm like, can I make a ponytail? Oh my.
Little Dumbledore ribbon in there.
Right, totally. Totally. Some beads, whatever.
So good to
All
see
right.
you.
You too, and I'll see you next time.
See you next
Okay.
time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.